Cost per wear. Now, that's something I always preach on this channel, because if we're going to be spending luxury dollars on handbags, we want to make sure that A, we're getting the cost per wear, 2, we're getting, you know, the ROI for these bags, and 3, we're getting enjoyment. I think that's the most important things, and that's part of the reason why we buy handbags. We don't buy them to have them sit in our closets, on our shelves. We buy them so we can use them, we can style them, we can have fun with them, and that is why we love handbags. That is why I love handbags, and that is why I have this channel. Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. If this is your first time here, my name is Jenny. As I mentioned, I just have a little obsession, and it's with fashion, handbags, and everything related. Now, if you guys love that kind of stuff as well, then please consider subscribing. If you're not following me on Instagram, I just love to post about things that I personally love and have and style. So if you guys are not following me, please check me out. Drop by, give me a DM, say hello, because as always, I just can honestly talk about handbags all day long. Today's gonna be a fun one because I'm doing a tag video on bags that I'm afraid to use or bags that I'm hesitant to use. And that is because as much as we want to get use out of our bags, I know we all have bags out there that we're just not as reluctant to grab for many different reasons. So I'm just going to share some of my top bags that I have in my collection that I absolutely love, but just don't gravitate using that much for these particular reasons. Thank you so much for tagging me, Erin. Erin actually has a YouTube channel called The Handbag Housewife. If you guys have not checked her out, I'm going to link her channel below, as well as her video on the bags that she's afraid to use. Please go check her out. She has amazing videos on all types of handbags. She, like the rest of us, just love a good handbag. So thank you again, Erin, for tagging me, and please check out her video below. So start off first is this bag right here, and that is this Fendi Baguette. Now, you guys seen my other video if you follow me, and I'll drop the video below. I've actually had some issues with this baguette, so this is my second one. I picked this up in Hawaii when I went a while ago, and I checked it at the Fendi store when I bought it, and there was no issues, but when I started using her, and I probably only used her honestly like a handful of times, if not, just not that much, because you guys know I like to rotate bags anyways. Right here started splitting, and you can actually see the green threading that is underneath the thread that started popping up. Now, I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be like that, so I brought it into a Fendi store. I won't give you too much detail because you guys probably seen that video already, but in short, that it was definitely a defect in the product, so they were actually just gave me a new one basically. But again, like if you're gonna be paying designer prices, which I think this one, I got a better deal, but it's still, a few $1,000s. You obviously don't want to have it come apart. Now, I'm very aware, I always do my research before I buy bags. I'm very aware that this is a fabric bag, that obviously with the edges and just with use, like some of the threading is going to come off, and you do have to probably snip it. And I'm actually fine with that. But I'm not okay with the bag splitting apart, because obviously that's going to eventually like ruin the entire bag. So obviously Fendi acknowledged that, so at least I'm appreciative that that happened. But ever since that, I kind of been traumatized, and I just don't want to use this bag because I feel like, what if it happens again? Like the last thing I want to do is go back to Fendi and tell the same story. I just, I don't really like returning or having to complain about bags and boutiques. I mean, I will if I have to, because you're spending that much money, but I prefer not to. So with that in the back of my mind, I just haven't been grabbing her as much as I should. But you guys, this is not the right way to think, because again, we're spending money not to have our bags on our shelf. So I'm just gonna have to use it. And if it ruins, it ruins. I mean, the bags tell a story, like with wear and tear, it's an experience, it's a story, it's a memory that you have, with that event, with that bag. But obviously, if it's a bigger issue and it's a wear and tear that is going to ruin the bag, then yes, bring it into a store. But that is my story. That's number one, my Fendi bag. Number two is my Dior saddle. Now, I love this bag. I bought this bag not super long ago, and I honestly love it. Now, when I decided to get her, I knew that it wasn't the saddle bag I wanted, but I saw it as a set with the Dior saddle because together is what caught my attention, not individually. However, I have been using this bag, but using it as a shoulder versus a crossbody. And that's just because, and again, this is my own fault because I already knew that the strap, when you attach it to the sides, it does create wear on the hardware. And let me just show you. So when you attach the strap, so it will look something along. It will look like this. So, I mean, I haven't worn this bag enough, but when you wear this for a long time and this sits like this, it will create rubbing, which will take some of the hardware off. Again, I know this, and I think you can actually get this replaced. I just think about those things when I'm wearing it. I'm still gonna wear it, but I haven't been grabbing her as much as I should. And if I'm gonna be out like shopping for hours, I'm not gonna bring this bag because with more walking there's rubbing. So I would gravitate probably towards another type of bag. Such a cute bag. And I think with the strap, it just makes it like so much more my style. Cause you guys know I'm casual. I don't necessarily love bags that are super fancy because I just don't dress up. I do like when I need to, but on a day-to-day, I'm more of a casual type person. So I feel like with the strap, just makes it look so cute. I want to mention another reason why I haven't used this bag so much is because this bag is in black, and it's in black interior too. It's like a, micro suede inside. Now I was using like a SLG that was in a lighter like white color. And I noticed that the edges of the SLG actually turned black. And I couldn't understand what happened, but then I realized it's because the inside actually has color transfer. It's so weird. I've actually never seen any other review that talks about that, but for sure this one gave me color transfer. So I think if I use this bag, so I actually bought an insert for this bag. I haven't used it yet with the insert, but it does make the bag limited. I mean, the bag is not big itself. So with that, it just makes it more, I guess, like, it makes it smaller. I don't love it with the insert, but at the same time, I don't want my stuff to get color transfer. So I think I'm just gonna have to use like darker color items when I'm using this bag. But it's kind of a bummer. I mean, if you're gonna spend that much on a bag, especially a Dior bag, why is there color transfer inside? Please drop me a comment. Do you guys realize that on your bags too? I mean, if you have lighter color, you probably won't notice it, but if you have the same bag or something like dark, like navy blue or something like, tell me if it's transfer inside. Okay, number 3 is this Chanel 19 right here. So I don't want to say, so I put this on the list because I don't use her every single day. However, I still do use her. I just don't use her as a daily bag. And I have the lambskin versus like the goat skin, which I've heard the goat skin actually is more durable, but something about Chanel lambskin, especially on this quilted bag, is just so luxurious. I don't regret it because like it still looks good and poofy and it feels so nice in person. And I just absolutely love this bag. Now I use this bag more for a weekend or I'm just like hanging out, on going in a brunch, like something like that. I'll use this bag. I won't use it if I'm going out for an entire day, or I won't use this bag on a day-to-day. I'm running errands and whatnot because, lambskin is still a little bit more durable. However, I must say for how delicate I thought this was, it's actually pretty durable for what it is. And the hardware and everything is pretty easy to use. And, I do have like semi-long nails. I haven't seen any scratches or anything like that. So again, as delicate as it is, this is still in pretty, I would say pretty durable for what it is. So again, not going to be my everyday bag. And I would say it's not that I'm scared to use her, but I'm just more cautious. But I still, would say that, yeah, she's not like a grab and go kind of bag. Next bag it's Louis Vuitton Vachetta. Anything with Vachetta on it is a little bit of a like, ooh, is it gonna rain? You have to like think about the weather outside. You're not just gonna like use the bag, because as we know, with vachetta, it, you know, patinas, and you can spray it with Apple Guard or any kind of protectant, you know, but it's still gonna show some sort of patina at the end of the day. And if you're not gonna spray it, obviously you have to be careful of water, lotion, sanitizer, things like that. So anything with vachetta, I know a lot of people are kind of like a little worried about. Now, this bum bag I'm not worried about, because I bought the bum bag. I bought the bum bag to use. And if you guys haven't seen my recent video on my collab with Danny, we talk about our bum bags. I'll drop it below. But yeah, this one is made to use. So I don't actually care if it patinas. I don't care if it gets scratched. I mean, like, I'm gonna use it. Along with that bag, you know, other bags such as my multi-pochette. Now, that one has a little vachetta. I'm not worried. I actually use that bag all the time, and I use it for more vacations and things like that, because the vachetta is just in the front. And to be honest, like, that was my mom. She gave it to me. I left it in the car. It did patina pretty bad, and it looks like pretty dark in the front, but I don't actually care, because I feel like the rest of the bag is pretty durable. But there are bags like my Louis Vuitton Pallas bag over here. Now, I did feature her in a vlog sale. Some of the transactions fell through, and I just decided to keep her because, you know what, like, Louis Vuitton bags are going up in price, and I feel like big bags are gonna come back one day. I'm gonna regret it. So I decided to keep her. But the handles is annoying, because the strap is only like a shoulder strap, right? So it doesn't crossbody. You guys know I love my crossbodies. And I think that bag looks better handheld or crook your arm. The whole handle is vachetta. So obviously, you know, if you hold it, you're gonna see like more wear and tear there. I've kept mine pretty pristine, only because I don't use it every single day. And I'm very like aware of if I use lotion and whatnot, not to like touch certain parts of the bag. But it is like very annoying, because I have to think about those things. I have to be careful. So for that reason, I actually, you know, don't use that bag that often, which is not a great thing, but kind of is what it is. So I would say, yeah, definitely vachetta. So, I mean, in my collection, those are pretty much the only ones that I'm a little bit more careful of. I have a vintage Chanel classic flap. I use that one all the time. I think I'm just not as worried about it. Something about vintage bags, because it's been through, you know, wear already, I'm not as cautious. Like, anything I pick up from like Fashion File, pre-love, like, I'm just not as worried. And that's part of the reason why I kind of like buying pre-love. I feel like I don't need to, you know, like, baby it as much, because it's been through like wear, and you're just adding on to the story. So I kind of like that. But really quickly, I'm just gonna throw like some of the bags that I personally love using, and I feel like it's carefree, like my Prada nylon bags over here. Although like sometimes Prada, the lighter colors, you still need to be careful because it stains really easily. It's still like such a durable bag. So my Prada nylon bags, I mentioned my vintage, like my Fendi Mama Baguette. That one is actually coated. For some reason that's fabric too, but the texture is different. Like this one the new one feels a little bit more untreated. So if I scratch it or something, I feel like the threads might come undone. Whereas that one, if I scratch it, I feel like there's like some sort of like coating over it. Nothing will happen. So I use that one. And then let's see here, like my Balenciaga Hourglass, like although that one is smooth leather, you still have to be careful. I still use that one all the time because it smooths itself out. I'm not really worried about it. So yeah, I think all my other bags, I don't have any issues. These are probably my more like cautious bags that I'm more hesitant to use, more afraid to use, I guess. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I just thought this tag was super fun because we are, you know, scared sometimes to use some of our handbags. But again, I just want to like summarize this by saying, you know, regardless of what holds us back from using our bags, me included, I just need to use the bags because again, I didn't pay for it to be a decoration. If I'm going to pay for something to be a decoration, I might as well get, you know, stuff for the house, like home decor, right? Get a new couch or get like new shelves, not have bags just to store. So this video encouraged me personally to start using my items and not to worry so much about, you know, wear and tear. And hopefully this will help you as well too. I'm gonna tag a few people below. Let me know. I wanna know what are you guys afraid to use? And also if I didn't tag you, please feel free to do the video and then tag me, because I wanna see like what are some things in your collection that you're more hesitant to grab, and let me know why too, because it helps me figure out, encourage me to use all my stuff. And hopefully this video will, get you excited to use your handbags as well. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to check out Erin's channel below and her video. And as always, I will see you in my next one. Bye.